You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
I'm Brian.
I'm Joey.
And I'm Jess.
Hi, Jess. Welcome back.
Thanks. It's great to be here.
Excited to have you here again. This is a podcast where we talk about gravel bikes, gravel cycling, bike packing, bike camping, and lots of other things bike and cycling related.
Awkward pause.
We all just kind of stared at each other for a second.
Yes.
It was like, I wonder what's going to happen next.
So tonight we've got a bunch of fun stuff that we're going to talk about. You guys just spent some time down in North Carolina and some
awesome.
gravel down there, so we'll get to hear
Called
about
North
that.
Kakalaki.
And I got some updates from Tanya over at Rothrock, and they are really kicking it into high gear there. So, but before we jump into all of that, Joey, do we have anybody that has joined us on Patreon or sent us any PayPal love?
Yes, we have Andy from Big Stone Gap, VA. Is that a real place?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Big Stone Gap, Virginia.
You're going to find out because you'll get the letter, the little envelope back if it's not a real place. But I'm pretty sure that's a real place.
Oh, I mailed everyone's out, and I actually got a hand Stinky Pete, he opted out of stickers, and I even wrote that on the thing, and it got returned back to me. I think I even put a freaking sticker on it too. I was just like a robot. Like Dave texts us about stickers.
Yeah.
And I had like an assembly line because I wrote all the letters, then I did all the envelopes, and then I just sticker in, lick,
So I ordered some new stickers today.
Yeah, I need to do my other batch tonight.
I got, we watched the Sticker Mule specials.
Yeah.
So like every week they send out a new special. Some of them really don't work for us. But every time they send one, it's like get 50 stickers for $19. I'm all over that. And Joey is too.
Yeah.
So
they're holographic.
Yeah, the ones this week are holographic.
It takes me back to like my Pokemon days.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I did the new, you saw the design. I'll wait to share that, which has it incorporates the jersey design, and it's got the logo as a rising sun behind the mountains.
I think the jersey is gorgeous.
It is.
I think the jersey is absolutely gorgeous.
We're gonna so let's jump ahead to that. How did the jersey sales close out, Joey?
The jersey sales did better than I thought. We'll have almost 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was big. I was talking to Philip, and he's like, "Do you think you'll have at least a dozen?" So, I hope so.
I was thinking we'd be around 20 to 25.
Yeah.
That was the kind of window that I was thinking. 30.
What was the breakdown versus male versus female?
A third of it was female.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
If I do my math, like between a third and a quarter, however you math people do that. We had like 11 women order jerseys.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So that's around a quarter technically.
It's about a third.
Yeah.
Third quarter, somewhere in that window. It does,
we're not a math podcast.
I'm
women.
just going to roll my eyes right now.
We're not a math, whatever. Unless it's the math about tire sizes, then forget about it.
Forget about it.
When you did do that thing for the repost on Instagram about the following of the story, nobody saw it, but I put 24s for my wheel tire size. Because I Googled wheel tire size, and 24 is a wheel tire of a car. And I was like, oh, okay, 24. And I was like, oh, no, shoot. I wonder who's going to see that.
She's doing a bike. I'm going back from my bachelor's degree. Jess is going back for her a biker's degree. We were riding home in the car yesterday, and what did you call it, the STEM U thing? She was trying to talk about tire clearance. Uh-huh. She was trying to sell a bike to a friend out of the state.
I wasn't trying to sell it. I was just trying to advise them.
Yeah, but what was the terminology used?
The U.
The U stem?
Yeah, the U stem on the front of your bike.
Okay, it looks like an upside down
exactly.
U, and I knew exactly what part of the bike you're talking about.
Now, because we have context clues now, but this was like out of the blue, like,
True.
Hey, Joey. And then it's just like, what? And then
what's the U measurement,
Joey?
Joey?
The U stem for. I'm like,
and then I was like, the place where you put the tire on? And he's like, what are you talking about? And then he gets like appalled by what I say, and I'm like, sorry.
You know what? But you're right. With context, I totally understood exactly what it was.
Yeah, with context, I didn't have.
So
we're working on it. I made her pump up her own tires the other day.
Score, nice.
She was pissed.
I took a Snapchat and sent to everybody and said, look, my husband's making me pump my own tires on my bike.
So I didn't sell any T-shirts this last week. Nothing went out the door. So I've still got a few, and until we've actually been talking about a lot of cool T-shirt designs, but we're not going to pull the trigger on those until, well, I probably shouldn't say that. I was going to say we're not going to put the new, better ones until the old ones are gone, but that doesn't make any sense. So maybe we'll just start sending those out to some Patreon people. That would be fun.
T-shirts are my favorite thing. I work very hard for T-shirts.
Just randomly pick some numbers out of our Patreon pool and just send them a T-shirt. They won't even know it's coming. That'd be fun.
That would
be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
I think that might be something.
Random acts of kindness. I like it.
So, jersey sales. Now, I know Philip said that he wanted to start production, right?
Yeah, I'm actually emailing him now.
Okay, right in the middle of the show. Good thing to do, Joey.
It reminded me.
Good thing to spend your podcast time doing everything. I'm wondering,
I'm so glad I have all of your attention right now.
Man.
For the hour I get to see you today, I have all of your attention.
Okay.
My life the last 24 hours has been great. No, I'm just kidding.
While Joey's over there doing email and stuff during the show, I'm going to
we don't even matter.
Yeah, I'm going to give everybody my catch up. I don't really have anything much. I've been in the pool.
It's awesome.
I've been in the pool.
It's awesome.
I looked today, and I think I've got 24,000 yards in the pool already this year.
That's great.
I didn't really set a target or a goal for it, so I don't know where it'll end up because it'll dip when bike time comes. And doing the trainer, and I got my brand new Ceres H3 hammer, which is mega quiet. It's ridiculously quiet.
So, question.
Sure.
Because I had, I guess, H1.
Yeah.
When did H2 come and go?
I don't know that there
was there an H2.
I'm actually not sure.
Because H2 was such a bad vehicle, did they bypass that?
It might have been. I don't know, but I scooped up an H3 before my Ceres brand ambassadorship expired because they have dropped the program. Sad, but
except a rack.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Actually, no, I got the hookup for a rack.
Do you? Well, you get through the shop. You probably get a better hookup.
Banging deal.
Good.
So our Kuat will be for sale soon.
Nice.
I have to finish the module thing, but
okay, because you got my rack. Are you talking about my rack?
We took your rack. Your rack almost didn't come back, considering we almost killed ourselves. Yeah, no, your rack did awesome.
What do you mean?
We hit a patch of ice that I thought was going to end our life, legitimately.
Like
when you were driving?
Yeah. We hit that snowstorm, and
when you were
it was
on
it was icy.
And it was on like the bypass where it's not. Yeah.
Those signs that say bridges may freeze before Iceway. That's
real. I was sleeping in the front seat, and Joey's like, "Our light just flashed before our eyes." And I was like, "Wait, what?" Like,
were you awake or asleep?
I was asleep.
Okay.
You know that time I scared you guys while you were sleeping?
That's
going
exactly
up?
what happened.
Well, that was for real this time.
Oh, really?
Yes. To the point where the car. Well, I took away your segment. The car behind us rolled over.
Did it really?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Well, we'll hear more about that in your travel adventures.
Yeah. But I did love the Ceres bike rack.
It's awesome.
Well, in the back.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I told you can use it as long as you need it.
I need to buy a new one.
That's up to you.
4-bike's pretty big for 2 people.
It is. And then even when you got to fold it up.
It's still better than the Kuat 2-bike.
What have you guys been up to besides North Carolina? I've got that later in the show notes. Anything else going on in your world?
So I'll take the hit with that one. So right now we launched my second Couch to 5K running program on Solomon's Island.
Cool.
And it's completely and totally free. After school, we train 4 nights a week. And in the morning, I do my typical workouts, getting stronger for my legs, especially for an off training season. And then at night, I do my Couch to 5K program, and all the money goes to 100% to charity.
Score.
So it's pretty cool program.
Nice.
We'll have 15 new runners out and running their first 5K in April.
So now, are those they're typically people that are not runners?
They are brand new to running.
Nice.
They are all brand new to running. So last season we had 15. Right now we're sitting about 19 or 20 athletes out there.
And they all get free aftershocks, right?
Right. They get to demo the aftershocks. But yeah, no, it's awesome. We give them a flashing light and we give them a little light vest, and then they sign a waiver, and then they get a free certified coach for the next 12 weeks.
Score.
She's certified.
Nice.
I am.
Well, good on you. Good on you.
Thanks, honey.
It's nice. Joy, you been up to anything? How's your Croatan training?
Croatan. Well, we'll get to that.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Well, it actually freed up a lot. I've been bitching about my schoolwork. Well, one class ended Friday, and I started another one today.
Yeah.
But the way I started it, I'm actually taking a regular semester because I can only take it for this online class.
That's going to be a little less pressure.
Oh, man. It is ridiculous how easy it looks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like...
Doing a full course in 4 weeks?
4 weeks.
Yeah, just under 4 weeks for a 15-week class.
And especially coming back into it. So that was like your first dip back into school.
Actually, Dave Pryor sent me a nice message about... Because Dave's working on his MBA, too.
Yeah.
And doing a couple hustling gigs. He's working in unpaved. So
he's the king of the side gig. He's got Monkey Knife Fight coming up.
Which he's got like triple gig.
Yeah, I am not going to be able to do Monkey Knife Fight.
I don't think I'd physically be able to.
In Texas for Texas Hill Country on a tour, so I won't be able to.
Is that the one you went to Lukenbach last year?
Yes, let's
nice.
go. Lukenbach,
our friend Dan
Texas,
was just down there.
And Blanco.
He got his picture in front of the sign like you did.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's a great place.
Yeah,
I mean Lukenbach is not. It's about as big as your kitchen here. So believe it or not, it's small.
We stayed in a tiny. Can I say it now? We stayed in a tiny house this weekend.
Yeah,
sure.
That was.
Let's jump right in. You guys just got back. You spent the holiday weekend, headed down to North Carolina, traveling through the snow, riding your gravel bikes. But tell us all about.
Wouldn't even call it. I would just call it ice storm.
We haven't talked about it at all.
No.
I saw some pictures on Instagram, but I haven't talked about it at
all.
So I'm super excited to hear all about it.
I've been meaning to see my best friend Dan. Well, Wes is my best friend. Maybe. He's leaving, so.
Maybe.
So finally, Wes is going to Michigan to take his wife out. And I was like, you know what? How about you and me go see Dan? Let's go away for the weekend. And then Dan works Costco corporate stuff, and they're doing inventory. So he said he had to work Saturday evenings, or like half a Saturday. So I was like, cool. I looked up gravel riding down there because I knew we were close to the Croatan, but it would still be a drive. So then I found this place called the I kept calling it Holly Shelter Gameland.
Oh, he's in Wilmington, right?
He's in Wilmington.
Yes.
Wilmington.
Yes.
So he's actually on the north side. So he's like the very last bit of Wilmington, and then like a few minutes up the road's Topsail and stuff, Surf City, right outside Topsail. And the Ohio, actually that's who my Instagram should about be. The Ohio Gravel Grinders did a big write up on this place, the Holly Shelter Gravel Gameland, whatever it's called. And they had multiple routes in there, and I found the one that's on. The place is huge.
Yeah.
Like words don't describe. Like once you get in there, how big it is, and then because the route I really wanted to do was on the other side of the park, and it was an hour and 20 minutes to drive around and get there.
Oh, good grief!
Versus 15 up the street from Dan.
Oh, geez.
So it's literally right up.
He was only 15 minutes away.
He's literally like you pull out of his dirt road driveway, and you're on 17, which runs all the way up.
Okay, yeah.
It's right off 17.
Wow, nice.
It was so close. Like if I had it'd be the perfect place to ride your bike to there.
Yeah. If we knew the area, we would have done that. We would have rode our bikes to.
We were a little short on time.
Yeah, 17's not in certain places. 17 is a good road to ride on, and in certain places it is not. A good road
it looks fine. It looks like it had wide shoulders. Yeah.
Well, then it's a good part then.
Yeah.
So that popped up. I did all my research. I only had one issue with syncing the ride. So I actually received my own personal roam from Wahoo, like Friday night.
Nice.
And so I set it all up and had it synced, but I could not get my ride with I could not get ride with GPS.
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
The ride sent over to the unit, and I've had no problems doing that in the past. Maybe because I was trying to rush it. I don't know.
Was it because it was new and you hadn't done it before, and now it's gonna?
It picked like my unpaved and everything was on there that I sent over my old one.
Well, that is weird.
Yeah, but it was actually wasn't too bad. We stopped every I had a ride with GPS going to my phone in my pocket.
Okay.
So I could pull it out and check every so often.
That's the only place I use ride with GPS.
I liked using it, and
quad lock.
On the Element Bolt did really well for mapping unpaved, especially when we cut halfway across the course. It picked up real quick.
Oh, cool.
So other than that, like the unit was fine. But so we got in there, and you literally just like pull off 17. There's a little parking lot. And there's a bunch of rednecks shooting guns, like right at the beginning for some gender reveal.
It was a gender reveal, and then there was a gender reveal.
Gun to fire, and like there's gators in there and stuff. She was like, I didn't know
was
how
like,
far.
Joey, you can keep riding fast, but I'm gonna go slow just in case there's a gator. Like it was, and then
you got to be the faster rider. That's all.
Exactly. So we were riding, and there was all types of gravel. There was like compressed gravel, and then there was really loose gravel. And there was one whole section where the whole road was closed. So we kind of looped back, and when we were on our way back to the car, we rode like, 12 miles out, 17 miles out. I don't know.
13 and a half out.
Yeah. And then we came back because the road was closed, and there was this giant black, like, puma that ran across the road.
No way, really?
It was, we don't even know what it was.
I don't know what it was. It was weird.
It was like stretched out, and it was like brawled, and all we did was like slam on our brakes super quickly because this thing just like flew across the middle of the road. So
like marsh side to marsh side. I don't know where it went.
Holy cat.
it was crazy. It was like stretched out too, and it was like pure jet black. It was
jaguar, maybe?
Yeah.
Or a panther?
We have no idea what it was.
Carolina could have been a panther.
It could have been actually. Oh. We were Googling things. It was bigger than a badger and smaller than a puma.
So you definitely think it was a cat?
It was definitely a cat or a raccoon. I don't know. A raccoon.
I don't know. I just kept riding it.
I have a fat black cat.
She was behind me.
Might look like that. That is awesome.
It was cool.
It was cool. And then we heard, because the Marines do active training there. So we
Lejeune's north of there.
And like there was something dropped or some gunfire was there, and it like shook the ground we were on. Like that's how close I felt to this thing.
It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Some more, I don't know what it was, but you could feel it in your chest.
We stayed at Dan's house, and Dan's house is the epitome of a tiny house. Like they would have featured this on TLC. Like it had a bathroom, and it had a shower and a sink and coffee maker and a bed. But it was
all
like,
one room.
Yeah, it was like a quarter.
But it was so beautiful. Like
beautiful.
It was very rustic, and everything was hand done, and it's like somewhat like modern at the same time.
Yeah, it was really pretty,
and it had this really nice porch that overlooked the marsh to the coastal or the intercoastal waterway, which was right outside of it.
Oh wow,
it was beautiful. Yeah.
Wow.
So the boys had a lot of fun in the front yard. They were doing some fly fishing things. And they took the archery thing out. So
pulled out my longbow.
Like a man weekend down there.
Well, I was there too. So man and Jess. So yeah, it was great. It was awesome. It was beautiful. We had so much fun with our friends. It was a great way to celebrate Joey's end of semester and beginning of new semester.
That's awesome.
So back to the Hollyland, because you got to like keep everything together.
Sorry.
So there's a
what she wants to do.
There's a washout.
There's a what?
There was so we were trying to do like a 38-mile loop.
Okay.
And the whole road was washed out. That's why we did an out and back.
You should just gone over. I saw the picture of that.
Oh,
on
there
Instagram.
was no going over that.
Yeah.
Come on.
We said it was going to be like you and like Savannah Man or something like or whatever. Florida Gators.
No, it was bad. So some of the locals found me on, I guess, in a listener too.
Really?
I had multiple people contact me after and tell me like the way around it. I was like, oh, I wish, but I mean. We'll be back soon. It was pretty down there.
It was nice.
So there's a way around that, and the gravel goes on for miles. And like where we got to that point where the road was washed out, there was also a closed road sign, which I thought, it was just like you could take your bike on. That's why, like a mile after the sign, literally you could see as far as you could see.
Now, how did you enjoy the gravel, Jess?
It was awesome. I really liked. So I'm gonna get really technical here. On the top part of my bike was doing a lot of rattling. Okay. I don't know what that's called, but
too bad you didn't have
stupid future shock.
Yeah, so it kept like rattling, and it felt like my whole bike was just gonna stop, but it worked out great.
My Roubaix done that.
That plastic cap every so often, just rattles.
That's what it was.
Yep.
And even during like Eelman or just like rides around here, I feel it rattling, but I hear it more often. It just sounds like my bike's gonna fall apart very quickly.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It held up. It was awesome.
Did you stop?
I am a very good bike mechanic, everybody.
You're lucky you had a very good bike mechanic.
I'm one of the best in the region, but you also won't let me sell your bicycle.
No. It has emotional value to it. I thought you proposed with that bike, but then you didn't. So technically...
My plan... Because I'm afraid I'll do it and she'll actually yell at me because I was going to sell it because before the new Diverge comes out, I'll get more value out of it.
Right.
And buy her a Salsa War Road with a Redshift. The War Road is very similar in geo to the Diverge.
And you do more road than gravel.
I do more road than gravel.
Yeah. So the War Road would handle the road very well.
Yeah.
With some 700s, but
I'm going to tell you what. Well, I've said it before. I'm not going to keep beating that drum. My Pathfinders on my Diverge, they do great. They do great.
Oh well, you don't have it's the future shock I hate.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I hate it more every episode.
Yeah.
Because I dealt with one today.
Yeah. you're going to do more triathlons, right? That's still a big part of your future.
Actually, no, because of the placement of the pool to our house and just the timing of everything. The only thing I have on my schedule for this season is bike rides.
Is running.
And one 10-mile race.
What's your big gravel ride this year besides unpaved?
The grit race.
Yeah.
It's the grit. Yep.
Rothrock.
Yeah, Rothrock. And I know I'm going to have to do a lot of climbing for it. So I'm just getting my legs prepared as much as possible with cross training.
Yeah.
By moving weights up and down.
Why I'm in the pool.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know that I'm a strong bike rider, but the only way I'm going to keep getting better as riding is if I put some more muscle in my legs. So
Truth.
Running tends to break down muscles. So I really want to keep incorporating muscles, building muscles into my routine.
So it sounds like you had an adventure just getting down there with the car.
Yeah, it was so nice. It was one of the trips I wish I had a couple more days though.
Yeah,
because like the bike riding was amazing. Like I was so glad because actually Philip, and there's a couple other people. A bunch of people rode Croatan this week. I was like, on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Like, we're just we're like an hour south.
You were an hour south of Croatan.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was 15 minutes from the house. You know, I want to spend time with Dan too. So
now
the Holly was good.
I'm thinking that there could be sometime in the next few weeks a return trip. How long did it take to drive down there?
5.5 without ice.
See, that's not bad.
It's not. It was quick and easy.
So, because we need to get somewhere where we can get some similar conditions.
Yeah.
Or we just go Croatan.
One or the other.
But we could stay at Dan's too.
That's what I was thinking.
That is a tiny bed for both of you to sleeping in.
That's fine. I'm not scared.
Cuddle.
And at one point, I had to jump over Joey to get to the bathroom. So I was like, sorry.
I'll show you a picture. It's cool. No, I would have done some more riding down there, and I can only imagine that it's very similar from pictures to the way the Croatan was. And I actually took Pete's Crux down, which I need to purchase from him because that bike is totally different than the Sequoia.
I was wondering if you were going to spill the beans on
I've been blind the whole time. Like, I love my Sequoia. And the Sequoia has its purpose, but if I want to get into these events and stuff, that Crux is, like, key.
Yeah. The geometry's different. The
geometry, it's like, I think it's lighter than her Diverge.
Probably.
It's freaking light.
Probably, yeah.
I rode 38 Gravel King slick. She rode 40 Nanos. Both handled well. Okay. But I'm on the Ted King thing where I'm going to run fat slicks and air them down. See how it rolls.
Oh, okay. That's a good.
I'll try it. But I'm also going to take a second wheel set to Croatan with my Pathfinders.
Just on the off chance that you kind of...
I can leave them in the pit.
Well, if we get down there and actually get to ride some
because we're going to go a day before.
Yeah, if we get down there... No, if we go down in the next few weeks.
True.
Because I did the math today. 53
I know.
days.
We have a long ride on Sunday coming up.
That feels like it's...
Yeah.
It's so close.
It's so close.
I'm a little scared.
Oh, don't be.
So it's 150, right?
150.
150.
Yeah. 150 at... 15 miles an hour average. That's 10 hours in the saddle.
It actually wasn't bad doing that because that's what I tried to keep on, hoping to go for like 40 miles. Just to, it's like, this is going to be close to one lap. It wasn't so bad.
So you held 15 for the 40?
Well, actually, because I was screwing around at first, it said my average was 15, but there was a really big chunk of time we were pushing 18, 19.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So the way the math balanced out.
Yeah.
So, and I was running it with a 42 tooth up front, and I'm going to keep an 1128 in the back. Okay. Because it's going to be fine-tuned gearing for Croatan. I don't need my Sequoia also has a 4832 or 4632.
Now, when you...
With 1142.
Like for an unpaved event, a Rothrock, you're going to be able to change the gearing on that?
Yeah, so what I looked at is what I'm going to actually going to use a hack from Russ from Pathless Pedaled.
Okay.
So I did the gear calculator today. They got a little nerdy. So he keep a 42 or 40 up front. So a typical Rival or Force long cage rear derailleur only goes to 42 tooth in the back, which sets me up for like a 1-to-1, a pretty good ratio. However, I'm going to gut an NX Eagle rear derailleur cage and all the guts and put it on the Rival derailleur. So just in case, I'll throw a 1150 cassette on the rear.
So that'll give you the extra clearance that you need?
Oh, yeah. Like, I'll have better gearing doing an 1150 than I will on my Sequoia.
Oh, cool. This sounds like a fun experiment.
Yeah.
Nice.
But for for Croatan like 1128.
No, you don't. For Croatan, it's
Croatan.
flat.
I could run like 4 gears.
Yeah,
it's flat. But
I was looking at the ratio today. Like, all right, so if I get this and this set up, like, what do I need for Rothrock and unpaved? So I can run an 1142 and have almost the same gearing as my Sequoia, but
okay.
I want the bailout just in case.
Yeah, you got to have that, even if it's just in your head.
Yeah,
it's just it's
because I never try to get into my easiest. Like, I always try to go gear before it.
Oh no, I use all mine.
I use all mine.
I
mental for me. Like, if I really am having a bad day, I have the bailout.
No, I use everything. It's like,
yeah, but you're strong. You both are strong.
Yeah. I don't know if that actually makes any difference or not, but it's just for me. I want if I got it, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, that's how I am too.
So also there was people surfing Sunday morning.
Yeah,
really. It was also 65 degrees, but we get down to the boardwalk, northern. I don't know which part of, not the downtown part, but this place where it's called the Workshop. It's like a Shark's Tooth coffee shop. They have, like, their things like a megalodon tooth, and they have like cases inside of like megalodon teeth and all.
So that's a big shark tooth place as well,
I guess. But I guess when people go megalodon hunting down there, they're diving.
Okay.
Anyway, we didn't talk about shark's teeth and everything, but yeah, we go out to the pier because I just wanted to. I could have sat there all day because it was nice and pretty, and there was a big old shrimp boat and the lighting was good. But there must have been 2 or 3 dozen surfers out in the water.
It was so much fun heckling them.
Yeah, like, Jess is out there yelling at the surfers on the pier, like typical Jess format. Like, you should go to a cyclocross race and yell at people.
Get up, bro! Come on, what are you doing? There's a gnarly wave
we're really
coming.
high up, and this guy is just. There's one dude by himself right underneath us, like hoping he doesn't crash into the pier in the first place, and Jess is just heckling him, like, "Come on, bro, let's go! Come on, catch that wave!" Like,
well, no, you're not heckling. You're encouraging.
Yeah, I was encouraging. I wasn't
encouraging.
heckling.
Yeah,
Joey, take the right angle.
that was funny.
Take the right angle over there.
I wasn't complaining. Like, I was just standing there watching. Like, oh boy,
you really need to start taking video of some of that.
I was like waving on the pier, and some guy waved back. I was like, "What's your Insta name? We'll take your picture."
Actually, fun. I got a really good set of pictures of like from him catching a wave all the way to eating it off the bat. I need to post them like in order. So,
that sounds like a great week.
Yeah, big takeaway. Awesome. Almost died. Love a Subaru after that. Like I said, my truck would have flipped like the car behind us.
Oh, jeez, that's scary.
Yeah.
That was probably the ugliest morning we've had in a long time with ice. And
it wasn't snow, it was sleet, and it turned the ice really quick on the car.
Maryland's roads were pre-treated.
Yeah, we get over the Harry and Ice Bridge because it started sleeting around AP Hill.
Oh, in the Virginia side it was.
And this happened just outside of Richmond. Like, Virginia did nothing.
You were on 95 then too.
Yeah.
So you were in the 75 mile an hour zone.
I was slowing down on 60 just to be safe, and then.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Well,
I'm glad nothing happened.
Yeah.
Because you had your bikes and all that stuff on the car. That would have been
and me,
horrible.
I'm very precious cargo.
Right.
It was.
So.
And we had our bikes in the back. No, Holly Shelter will be back.
Cool.
Well, in Wilmington, it's a good weekend trip.
They do have alligators and crocodiles, but we did not see any.
Just alligators.
Probably don't have crocodiles.
They had alligators, and we didn't see any.
Yeah.
But I was conserving my energy just in case.
Oh, they're so slow. This time of year, especially when it's cold, they move so slow. So you go down to Lake Apopka, and I've talked about this ad nauseum, and I'll make it real quick. But you probably haven't heard this. You're on that same kind of gravel road, and there will literally be a 9 or 10 foot alligator, like
I was hoping for that,
2 feet away from you, and just right there, and it's crazy.
We went to a beer store called Fermented. I have
Is
never.
that what those pictures were?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
it was a house, was a store, like people weren't living in it, so it was just room by room, full of craft beer. Like, I've never seen that much in my life.
It looked wonderful. Did you see the picture I sent back to you?
Yeah, of the left hand.
Yeah, that was all the little.
The only
left
reason
hand.
I didn't buy any of that is because I know I can get that up here.
Yeah.
I got some delicious beer.
But no, wait a minute though. There were 3 left-hand nitros there. I've seen the Flamingo Dreams in other places.
There was one,
but there were 2 next to them I've never seen before.
Yeah,
and I couldn't read I couldn't read the labels. I could tell Flamingo Dreams, but I knew the other 2 were left-hand nitros, but I don't know what they were.
the beer scene down there is good.
Yeah.
We went to a brewery called the Salty Turtle or something. I had a maple bacon stout. Oh, and the lady was telling us how they make it. Like, they take fractured prune maple bacon donuts and take them all and throw it in however they do the process. Oh, it was
into the fermentation.
Yeah, it was
That's
so
awesome.
good. One of the best beers I've ever had.
Wow. Y'all crammed a lot of stuff into 2 days?
We were nonstop.
And we watched the whole Aaron Hernandez Netflix thing that's been popular.
Yeah. I was napping when they were in the beer store because I needed to take a nap because I was so tired. And I just needed a little shut-eye before because we did everything.
Yeah. That's awesome. You guys crammed a whole crap ton of fun into just
another day down there, we would have done some more bike riding.
Yeah. Nice. I mean, Joey works on Saturdays and I work every other Saturday. So when we have a weekend to ourselves, we do try to make the most of it.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
So,
anything else on Holly Shelter before we wrap that up?
Check it out. I think it's overlooked.
Cool.
It's right outside Top Sale.
We'll put a link. I'll find a link somewhere on Wikipedia or something.
I actually, we should start. I should do a write-up for our page. We should start doing those.
Yeah, and maybe put your route in there or something and some corrections.
I'll do some photos.
That would be very awesome.
Joey took amazing photos like always, but...
Oh, also, before, maybe I'm going to write notes down.
The lighting was good, he said.
Yeah. Instagram, I need to talk about our Instagram story of the week.
Was it related to Holly Shelter?
No, I'm going to... This is just me talking for later.
Okay.
I have to draw our winner tonight.
Oh, that's right.
Sticker pack.
That's right.
Sticker pack.
And I have number 2 coming out tomorrow.
So before we get too further along, Harper's Ferry, we talked about Harper's Ferry, the pedestrian bridge last week. And so I went digging and I found a little update. And it was just recently at a Harper's Ferry Town Council meeting, the National Park Service provided an update on the repairs to the pedestrian bridge. They identified, and this is kind of one of those classic government things, step 1 was to determine who owns what. and it apparently is CSX, the train company, owns the rails, but the Park Service owns the walkway. And then step 2 was about where the funding was going to come from for the repair and whether it would come solely from the Park Service or they would be reimbursed by CSX. So they're playing this game of who owns what and who's going to pay for what. So before any repair could begin on the walkway, they stated that the soundness of the trusses supporting it had to be confirmed. CSX says they're stable and that further study would have to be at National Park Service expense. And they need to work all of those details out between CSX and the Park Service before any timeline is going to be set for the repairs.
So nothing has been done.
Nothing has been done. So it's classic.
That entire thing, of course, we are nothing done.
But it's classic. It's like, they're pointing fingers at each other. CSX and the Park Service are pointing fingers at each other. So maybe even though it sounds like it's a simple thing to repair a little bridge, it sounds like it could get gummed up in all of that for a while. So stay tuned on that. I got an update from Tanya over at Rothrock Grit, and she sent me some numbers. They have really exploded that thing. So she wanted me to point out, though, that the Happy Valley Women's Cycling Team is a female race team, and the race promoters are also women. So this is a whole woman-powered thing here, which is awesome. Tanya and Marianne are working towards having 50% of the registrants be women, and they've reserved 150 of the 300 slots for women. Now, registration opened Thursday the 16th at noon, and the men's field of 150 sold out in under 48 hours. For a new race, yes, applause.
That's awesome.
That is just super, super cool. And then as of Sunday night, we are recording on Tuesday night, and this podcast is released on Thursday. But as of Sunday night, they had 53 women signed up.
That's great.
13 in the grit category, which is the 25 miles. 12 in the grittier category, which is the 5,000 feet. I can't remember them, 40-something. And then the full nut grittiest race with 7,500 feet of climbing actually has the most women signed up for it at 26.
Nice.
And they very generously have offered a $10 discount to our listeners when you go on Bike Reg.
TGD?
It is...
Gravel, do it.
Yes, to our listeners that use the code on Bike Reg. So use the code More Women on Bikes to get a $10 discount.
Whoa! Celebrity shout out.
Yep. And now this is super cool. Do you want to do this? Because she's your
my idol in life. So on Friday, June 5th at J&L Farms and Cider Leaf for gravel book presentation. Our friend Selena is going to be there. And as we record this podcast, her book, Gravel, is on our table. So I am super excited. Ladies will be up front. That's right, because the future is female. We need 1 woman per day now till registration closes. 60 riders have answered yes that Rock Grit is their first gravel race.
That's awesome.
So, Brian, this is the promo line. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do you want to say it?
No,
or do
you
you
go
want me
for
to
it.
say
You
it?
always go for it.
You will always remember your first time.
That's awesome.
That is a great,
Nice.
catchy slogan.
Especially because they've got 60 people that
Yeah.
are saying this is their first
That's
gravel
awesome.
race.
Can we say that's what she said?
No. So have you met Celine before, Jess?
I have not. The one time we were supposed to meet her was at Unpaid PA, and I got cellulitis, and I was out that weekend. I couldn't train. I couldn't do anything. So I stayed home with the dog while Joey graciously took pictures with her and sent them to me.
Yep.
It was It was very nice of you.
We
That's
supposed
cool.
to bar first.
That's cool. That's
So,
cool.
Jessica, as a female, how does it make you feel to read all that?
So we actually experienced this in our middle school today. Our boys basketball team sells out. Our girls basketball team had 5 people in the stands today,
Oh.
which is crazy because these things are happening at such a young age. The male sports teams get more like Patreons than their females do. So I don't know. I'm super excited about that, especially because most of the races I do are mostly in a male dominated way, besides for the women's only races, because they do have a few only women's races in the area for running.
So how do you feel like going to do this, though, knowing that there's going to be a bunch of women?
It actually makes me more scared, to be honest with
Really?
you,
Why?
because I have, if when I ride bikes, I'm usually with you guys. But when I'm with more females, I feel like it places more judgment on me that I have to go faster and I have to produce more.
Interesting.
But no, I think that's awesome. A lot of people have been mentioning me on their Facebook page because Rothrock put a post up and they put each person's name and they asked what race you were doing. And probably about 15 of them were females. Which was awesome. So I friended lots of them, and lots of them messaged me and asked me what race I was doing on Facebook. So I thought that was a really cool opportunity to engage with people who are also females who are also on bikes.
Thinking about that, building that community.
Yeah.
That's really,
I think it'll be a lot more relaxed than you think.
yeah. I actually kind of get in my head more in races than most people do. So
I know.
Yeah,
race
I think
days
you're right,
are
yeah.
the hardest for me.
I think once we get there, everyone's hanging out. Once you realize the atmosphere is a gravel event and not an Ironman event, like
That's right, because
True.
that's your context
True.
right now.
You're absolutely right.
So you're comparing it to an Ironman event where
Or even a marathon or
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
running event.
Badnane.
So you're used to that different world.
Very
and-
much pressure, I feel like.
Ask
when we do
Alonzo about
sports.
unpaved.
Yeah.
He'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when I did Grape Gravel,
You'll have these
mean,
friendships where it's like, oh, you'll pen pals every week now.
When I
do
did-
it. I do it. So.
When I did Grape Gravel, I mean, I was talking the entire time and found out that somebody was a supporter of you guys, and then I almost ran him over because I have to work on my bike handling skills. But besides that, I
Oh.
mean,
Hold on.
you can
time
tell
out,
the
time out.
story. You just tell the story, dude.
All right,
just tell
so-
it. Just tell it.
Jessica is a very great bike rider, but her bike handling skills are just. It's like, she's just all, hey, all over the road. He's just having fun riding.
So what you're saying is she's very strong on the bike,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but she's also very quick to run the wrong way. Okay.
Yes. There's many times I felt scared on Saturday. And then finally at one point in time, I was just like, come on, like, I won't let you ride with Celine at Roth. Like, I'm going to have to teach you a little bike handling before you run someone off the road.
I need to teach you better bike etiquette before you start riding with Selena.
It's like, it wasn't bad. It was funny.
I mean, I always want to constantly pass people, so I always get on your left, or I
She-
always get
she,
super
like-
close to you, and then
then-
he goes to the other side of the road, and he's like,
she brake checks me.
yeah, all the time.
Like, why are you
Especially
doing
when
that?
that giant puma ran across.
Giant cat.
I was like, oh, I don't think you like. I know how she rides, so I'm okay with it. I was like, I just don't want someone else to yell at you.
So here's a challenge. I know that we've got a lot of our female listeners have already probably signed up for the event.
Yep.
So invite a couple of friends. You know, I think if everybody, I mean, you've got 50 some odd women in there. If everybody just invited 2 people that are strong riders, and I think that's sort of the key, is that a lot of people are thinking that, oh, it's scary, it's this or that, but it's just a great place to get introduced to this world of gravel. It's obviously the hottest space right now in the world of cycling. Everybody's talking about it. Yeah. You can't even turn a corner without seeing a Forbes magazine article or a Business Week magazine article talking about gravel cycling. I mean, come on, go back a couple of years, you're not going to hear any of that at all. So
can we what were you, sorry.
No, I was just saying that was my point, is that, you know, if all of our female listeners said, hey, even if I'm not going to ride the event, maybe I want to spread the word on, you know, this is a great female-friendly thing. It's more women on bikes, more powerful women doing awesome things. Let's all kind of get behind that.
Can we talk about the future of gravel really quick?
Sure, please.
So they had the big gravel camp recently that everyone went to, all the big riders, females too, and event hosts. And Dave brought it up in an Unpaved post in the group about like the future of Unpaved. Like, have you noticed the amount of pros? Like, is gravel going to turn into another road as far as, you know, like race atmosphere? So I think that's a big question right now. Like, I don't think people know what's going to happen with gravel.
So I actually had a conversation with someone this past week talking about how USA Cycling is going to start looking at sanctioning gravel events.
Like, are people for that? Are they against it?
Well, it means, you know, it's going to bring some quote unquote legitimacy to it, possibly.
Yeah.
But it also means you got to have your license.
Yeah.
It's going to introduce a whole layer of complexity for the organizers. Some of these grassroots organizers are going to kind of throw their hands up at that. I think you're asking a lot of them. I think a lot of them will push back and say, you know what? Nah, that's not for me. I don't want to be a sanctioned event. So I think that the space itself, my gut tells me, is going to push back against that.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't know that that's going to be a fact, but you know, you're going to find like probably your bigger rides, your Dirty Kansas, your Unproven Big Sugar, your Land Run. I think you might see some of those be sanctioned.
It's the Mid-South.
Yeah. But you know, things like I
don't know if they'll have like a quote unquote series. You know, like it's like a. The only thing I can see USAC being good for is insurance for these for these events where the insurance is covered, because you can have different levels of USAC.
But would that?
Yeah, I really don't want to get USAC involved.
Yeah, I mean, why would you introduce this layer of complexity and bureaucracy and everything into this such a chill world, and all of a sudden it turns it into something completely different? So, I don't know how that'll play out. Time will tell.
I think that's my favorite part of gravel rides, is that they don't have timing chips. Like, once people put that number on me with the timing chip on me, there's a whole new level of fear to it.
Yeah, she takes it off.
You do get, like, Unpaved had timing chips. There's some gravel races.
I mean, the one I did, Grape Gravel, did not have the timing chips. Yeah. But Kansas, I know, definitely does, because we chalk them all the time.
Yeah. So I think it remains to be seen, and I think you're right. I think time will tell.
Yeah.
But my gut tells me that there's going to be an initial pushback to some of that kind of stuff.
Could
be wrong.
Not to toot Dave's horn, because we all love Dave, but he, like, right before I started reading, and I know this was coming, and before I started reading this, Dave wrote something about how he wants Unpaved will stay an event that he wants to go to, versus like, you know, Celine's like a world renowned, you know, she's a racer and she's really good,
right?
But he would always keep it as an event that he would want to go and have fun at. So I hope people don't stray away from that.
Yeah,
we'll see. Dave Priored.
We'll see.
So,
we got something really cool sent our way via Instagram, and this is a podcast, so you won't be able to see it, but I'm going to repost it on our Instagram. Keith over at the Instagram account at have_bike_will_gravel. So have bike will gravel. He's a cartoonist, I guess, and he sent this super cool a cartoon or caricature of the three of us Not you, Jess. I'm sorry.
It's
but
okay.
It's Wes.
Have you posted it on your Instagram
No,
page
I've
yet?
not done,
I cannot wait to see it.
I have not done anything. Oh, so you haven't seen it yet either?
I have not seen it yet. I'm in the dark, like Wes usually is. But yeah.
I think it's really pretty spot on, except
like
we all look about 85 to 100 pounds heavier than we actually
that's
are.
how I feel right now. So.
But I think that's kind of the caricature of it. Just so everybody knows, when you see that cartoon sticker, we are not actually balloon-sized people. But the one of you, Joey, with the hot dog, you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is super spot on. And Wes is just a goofball. What?
I passed like multiple hot dog restaurants this
Did
weekend.
you really?
Everyone he called out. If that was open, we passed like 2 drive-through taco stands.
Well,
the hot dogs.
I was the best food.
I was like, this needs to be part of the podcast. We have to eat here, and they weren't open.
So thank you, Keith.
That was awesome. I hope to get that printed soon.
I'm good. He's gonna send me a higher resolution version of it. That we can actually
you guys
get
in high res?
a sticker made out of. It was a lot of fun, and I feel bad because he sent it like it was a weekend, and you were away, and Wes was away, and I was kind of distracted with other stuff, and it came in at the beginning of the week, and I saw the text part, and I got the notification, but I didn't actually open it up because it's just way in the middle of other stuff. So it was a couple of days before I opened it up, and then I was literally blown away because you don't see the pictures that come through in the notification. So again, thank you, Keith. I got an email. We got an email from Chad. He sent this. He said, "Hey guys, I've only recently discovered the podcast, so I'm binging them right now. I'm very sorry for you." Chad, thank you for suffering through that. I think I'm on episode 22 or 23, so he's got a little ways to go. I just wanted to tell you guys how much I'm enjoying it. I live in Roanoke, so it's great to hear you guys talk about places I've heard of and even have ridden. I was a roadie for many years, but a while back, life got in the way, and I didn't ride for a number of years. I think it happens to a lot of people.
All the time.
Kids come
All
along, and I mean, it happened to me for a while, too.
Injuries happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
2019 was my first actual year back riding since probably 2010, so I'm basically starting over, only much more out of shape and much heavier than I was. Well, that's why we ride bikes. So, but I'm listening to your show, making a list of places near me that I can go ride when I'm in the shape to do it. Don't wait to do that. Just get out there and ride them. When you guys make it back down to my area again, I'd love to meet you in person. Listen up for a GTD ride announcement, Chad. We're going to start doing those sort of regular. Thanks again, and I'm looking forward to catching up with the rest of the shows. Nice email.
Yeah, so I'm going to piggyback off of that. And Chad, first off, thank you so much for sharing that information because there's so many people like you out there. And I think bike riding is the best place to start if you're getting back into exercising because it is limited pressure on your joints. It's not like you're going out running and the muscles and your joints are going to hurt more. You don't have that pressure of putting all those stress on your muscles. So just keep riding. Exercise is the best thing for you, not only mentally, but physically. So just keep getting out there. And we can't wait to see your journey. So if you're on Instagram, I would love to see how you progress through your entire journey of this year. So Chad, major thanks for sending that email.
Yeah. I got a voicemail. And I keep saying we got, but it seems everything seems to filter through my little weird accounts except for Instagram stuff. So I apologize. It's not a I got. It's a we got. So we got a voicemail from Alex over at Dirty Kitten. I'm gonna play that now.
She's jealous about mine and Chris's coffee date.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, it's Alex from Dirty Kitten. Meow meow meow. So I tried calling 2 other times, and I think I got cut off. So time's a charm. First of all, Happy New Year. Happy belated first year anniversary.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for the stickers.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
I liked that mine were from Jess. That made me happy.
You go, girl.
Also, I love the podcast with Jess. I want to say more Jess.
Oh, my God. My heart is
Jess, not Wes. I love you, Wes, but I really love Jess. So, more Jess is what I have to say.
I'm crying.
But anyway, wanted to call, say hi, and would love to chat about some podcast options to
get them on here.
Spread the word about Dirty Kitten 2020. We're pumped for this year's event. We're adding 100 participants.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're going to be at 350 this year. And we're adding camping Friday night.
Ooh.
Hopefully band, music.
Bands with music? Party!
So,
Mandolin Orange.
lots of stuff going on.
Mandolin Orange is going to be a Dirty Kitten?
Opens
Yeah,
February
spread the word.
1st.
February
We're
1st.
getting that all figured out, but really want to chat with you about some ideas. So shoot you an email. But thank you so much for all of your support over the last year and all of your love. Side note, how come Chris Howell wins everything?
Right?
What's up with
Right?
that?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm just saying. It's a little weird, but also happy for him. Still a little weird. I'm also a little jealous. So we love our new Saris rack. So shout out to Saris. I actually have a Saris rack on my Toyota. It's a trunk rack. So pumped to have the hitch rack now.
Yeah.
And I sell Saris at the bike shop where I work part-time now, Bike Dr. Frederick.
Shout out.
And so excited to have one. Thank you for that. Well, thank you for randomly choosing Chris, even though I still kind of feel like that's a little weird. But anyway. So, yeah, shoot an email. We'll chat. And good luck with everything. Love you. Bye.
Thank you, Alex.
That was so sweet. Partially because she really liked me having on the podcast. So thank you, Alex.
Yeah, that's cool. We need to get them, Alex and Chris, on here to talk about Dirty Kitten, because it sounds like they got a lot of things going on over there. I'm again not going to be in town. It's at
when
that
is
one. It's in the late July window, right? Yeah, I think it's when I'm at ESR Empire State Ride up in New York. Is that same week?
Oh man, honey,
So-
we can do that for my birthday.
There you go.
Somebody mentioned that they wanted to run, so all weekend long I kept talking about races we could run together, and finally at the end Joey said, "Nobody's gonna run with you." And
Whoa! That's not what I said. Oh man, everyone here probably thinks I'm just that guy.
You're not that guy.
Whoa, I support her in all her endeavors.
Absolutely. I think that shows.
Man, that's another Saturday. I'm gonna try to swing Dirty Kitten this year.
Yeah, I won't. I'm kind of bummed. It sounds like it's such a great thing, but I mean, what I'm doing up at Empire State Ride.
I was gonna say the Empire State Ride's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we don't do that because we get paid a lot of money to do it. We don't do it because it's a lot of. Well, it is a lot of fun because the people that I work with are a lot of fun and a tremendous. It's just a very cool thing to support as a cyclist, to see so many people who go out there and really lay it all out.
Yeah,
and
that's
raise
awesome.
a lot of money, and a lot of matching funds come through that as well.
Yeah.
So it is a big moneymaker for Roswell Cancer Research Center. What's going on over in the world of Strava,
That's
Joey?
you, Joey. That's
All right.
you.
I'm a Strava guy. So our top 100 rider shout-outs. At number 86, we had number 48, Jonathan Hansen, who had 125.
No, what is that 86? No, he was random number 48. I don't know what that 86 1923 is in the show notes.
Oh.
His birthday. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
I don't know what his birthday is.
Well,
I don't know what that is.
Just kidding.
so I guess number 3, Antonio Abadia.
Abadia.
Well, I'm reading through my microphone too, so I'm at cross-eyed.
Abadia.
Had 276. That's a big week.
That's a serious week. He was number 3.
Yeah.
So.
And then 84 was Jeffrey Harrell at 87.9. So that's pretty solid.
You know, they're still solid.
Yeah.
When you look at the number, it took 76.6 to break into the top 100. And in January,
That's pretty.
Yeah.
you're on the bike, whether it's on the trainer or whether you're
I think
outside.
everyone's having big Januaries. I'm over 200 miles for the month.
Wow, Joey, good job.
Which isn't huge, but compared to any January I've had,
Yeah, I'm closing in on
you got
300 right now.
Yeah,
I'm closing in on 300, but I'm not
people
there
are
yet.
getting it. Other than this, like last 2 days, it's been mild.
Yeah.
So I don't know. People are going out.
Which is great.
There's also more events people are prepping for.
Yeah.
And they're early.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be doing 2-a-days right now if Croatan wasn't in the middle of March, which is basically still winter.
Yeah.
At least the time has changed. I checked that the other day.
Oh, I was thinking about that yesterday.
Yeah, the time changes the week before.
Oh, good. So they'll be
that week.
Well, still coming after dark.
We'll get some daylight, but we still need to have lights.
Yeah, I have 4 sets of lights for that thing.
Yes, sir.
We are up to 422 from 419.
Let's slow down a little bit.
Gradual climb. We had some big climbs, though.
Take it.
And additional shout-outs. Number 4, Justin at 275.
Good job, Justin.
Point 1. Justin just started his Trainer Road Season 2.
Yeah.
Local Warren at 265.4.
Let's
slacking.
Oklahoma, Warren?
Yeah, the Oklahoma
local?
Okay. Frankie is flirting a little low, 187.4.
I think he's doing a lot of crossover stuff, though.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of gym work.
I expect more, Frankie.
That's smart. I mean...
No, you got
that's
to.
Smart. You
187 miles.
That's a lot of miles.
Still a lot of miles in Delaware, whether it's trainer or whether it's outdoors.
And it's probably windy the whole time.
I was going to say, he's right by the beach. Water.
If you want to help us make 500, and you're obviously listening to us, and who doesn't have Strava? Even Wes is back on it.
Nice.
Strava.com/clubs/gravel, travel, and dirt.
I think, Joey, you have one more week with this next segment, and then I'm going to get you theme music, buddy.
Theme music. I got to start writing down stuff when I think about it.
More week with Joey's
one more
week. Tech tip of the week. The week.
My tech tip you know what my tech tip of the week is? Nail polish.
Okay.
All right. Here's my reasoning behind nail polish. I actually have a lot of people that come in with small bolts and stuff that rattle loose and through axles. I don't know how your through axle rattles loose, but you know what fixes it?
Nail polish.
Nail polish.
How would a through axle rattle loose?
Just vibration over time.
They just didn't.
I mean, people put them in snug, but so there is a proper way to do this, but it's also costly. So not everyone's going to go out and buy Loctite. Like I have more Loctite than people have nail polish at work. And I have my own stash of it. And I have every type of Loctite.
All the colors.
I'm also a professional bike mechanic.
You do know that people are going to start sending you nail polish now, right?
I have a box of nail polish, though. So the proper fix is Loctite. Loctite bottles are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And for certain uses, you don't need it. So I learned this like 6 or 7 years ago. I use clear nail polish. You can use whatever color, but clear nail polish on like... actually, water bottle cage bolts rattle loose real quickly. Yeah. I would say on half my repairs, I might be snugging up water bottle cage bolts sometimes. I never point it out to anyone, or I never say it out loud at the store, but
that's a common thing for me on tour too.
Yeah.
With like, hey, can you check my something's rattling, and just go over and
you're going to be wanting nail polish guy.
There it is.
So it's easy. Pull out your water bottle cage bolts, your rack bolts, stuff like that, and even your through axles, and just put a little bit of clear nail polish on. Let it dry a little bit.
Well, I'm not going to do that on tour because I see these people for a week and then I don't see them again.
Nail polish man.
I will not be nail polish man. I will just tighten it up and move along.
As weird as it sounds, nail polish. Now, don't do that on everything. Don't take this as a bad tip.
I was getting ready. I was like, I wonder what I could paint with nail polish.
So, if they don't come prepped already on my personal bikes, I take actual blue. I take real Loctite on like my stem bolts and stuff and my seat post bolt. Yeah. That gets real Loctite. But I can go through a whole bottle, like a little bottle of Loctite pretty quick.
I think another good place that would come in handy would be rack bolts.
Yeah, I said rack fender mount bolts.
Fender mounts and rack bolts.
Yeah, you can use nail polish on that stuff.
Nice.
On the
That's
hardware.
A great tip.
And for the through axles, it helps just keep it from vibrating loose.
I would use pink, though.
If you want.
Because, I don't know.
Actually, I have a lot of bottles of clear nail polish for my fly fishing, my fly tie and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It cures the thread wrap. So, yeah, tech tip of the week.
That is a great tech tip of the week.
It's a weird one. It's not typical.
That was a great one, Joey.
Thanks.
I like that. Now you're just gonna keep.
I'm gonna keep rolling.
On
all right.
Going. Jump right into your Instagram follow recommendation.
My Instagram follow of the week, and I have an Instagram update. So my Instagram follow of the week is the Ohio Gravel Grinders, and I've heard of them before. And they also they had a really great write up on their website for the Holly Game Land. And their Instagram is pretty cool. They have a pretty big following. They're always posting rides. They ride all over different events. They're actually a pretty big influencer.
Wonder if they're connected with Ohio, the McLean Farm. gravel grinder. That's definitely. I've got that on my calendar. I haven't. It's kind of a penciled in thing, but that's on my calendar.
They are literally their Instagram name is Ohio Gravel Grinders.
Cool.
Just spelled,
Easy.
just like it's spelled.
No underscores or.
Yeah, a lot of nice content. All right, so earlier this week I made a Facebook post on our stories, like what's your gravel bike?
Right.
And we had 80 entries.
No way.
Not entries,
awesome,
so
Joey.
I posted it, and you had to fill it in.
Yeah, explain in detail what it was you did, because it was really. I was so impressed. I
have another one coming out, and I won't announce it on the podcast. Actually, it'll be out. I'm going to do what's your ideal gravel event, and we'll
flat.
do that. No.
Not flat.
You lived on the Eastern Shore for a while.
Yeah.
We hit like 400 people. Do you see on some of these stories we're at 397?
No, you're the Instagram guy, dude.
All right.
I look at it sometimes, and I'm totally like flustered.
So I said, who wants to play a game? Fill us out, tag us, and repost it. It's easy. We'll keep track. And on the 20th, which is today, a random winner will be announced and get a GTD swag bag, which I'll do some stickers in an envelope. And then I said, screenshot first. You know how you do that. You hold down so it's a whole screen. You screenshot it, and then you go back and then you fill it out, and then you repost it and tag us. And then I reposted everyone's, and I saved them all, like in our story, like in our thing. So I had, what's your gravel setup? And I had brand, which I just said /bike. What tires, disc or rim, wheel size, bars flared or nah.
That seemed to be a point of controversy.
The flared bars?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, no. Flare.
I was looking for a Ric Flair gif, but they didn't have any. I was like scrolling. I was like, Ric Flair. And I was like scrolling, and they had
I was just
none.
thinking Office Space.
Yeah.
You need more pieces of Flair. So I said, fill it out, repost. And so we had all these entries and a lot of good stuff. There's actually, there's a lot of people riding Rodeo Labs that posted.
Really?
Yeah. Not many rim
is
brakes.
Is that a type of bike?
Yeah.
Yes. It's a brand.
Yeah. So some pretty neat entries. I'm excited to do the next one. I'll get a little more involved. And people like got into like, here's one that says bars flared or not, 12 degrees, and then some people would starting to get just a little bit, or nah, and then they would start talking about them. Yeah. So a little tiny bit, said Joe. Just a little bit,
just a tip.
Yeah. So only after crashes.
That was a good one.
Little flared. So what I said was on today, so I'm going to do a number generator. So we had 80. And I'm going to hit
the button.
46.
46.
All right. So
that's a great number.
While I'm doing this, I'm going to mail out.
It feels very whole.
Very even.
Yeah.
Very even.
It's very balanced.
I'm going to butcher
46.
I'm going to butcher number 46. I'm going to tag them
Please
tonight.
let it be Just Santora. Please let it be Just Santora.
You could just go take stickers off the nightstand.
My eyes are so messed up right now, going back and forth. Number 46 is Lumps Pajamas.
Yes. That is so much better than Just Santora.
Oh, man, I need to...
Thank you, Mr. Lumps or Mrs. Lumps, whoever you may be.
Oh, Lumps Pajamas. I'm gonna screenshot the generator and...
Way to go, Lumps.
Oh, Lumps, yeah. Lumpy Pajamas. So they're going to get a little card
Oh, my
from
God.
us.
That is awesome.
Lumps Pajamas. I just found his Instagram page.
What is
it
on
good?
it?
He's a loving husband, a dad to dogs, a chunky ex-bike racer.
Oh.
He's an old man skateboarder. He's a jackass. He's a street plant Stoke Brigade team rider. He's a skateboarder. I find a lot of skateboarding pictures.
He's our kind of guy.
He loves waffles. God, Joey.
Whoa!
I'm gonna follow this man.
We need to hang out.
Yeah.
Right on.
I'm not a wood pusher, but I'll do everything else.
That's the second time I heard woodpusher today.
I used it all weekend because there's a lot of wood pushers
Oh,
in
that's
Wilmington.
right. Maybe that's where I heard it from. But
So,
okay.
Lumps. Yeah.
You want to explain what a wood pusher is?
It's a skateboarder.
Okay.
Did you know?
I kind of context clues got
Context
it.
clues that one.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm saying a lot of ums tonight. My wife's making me nervous.
Lumps Pajamas just followed me back, so he might know.
All right.
He's on to me.
Don't say anything. I'll tag him tonight. So stay tuned for the next one. It'll probably be out by the time this is. It'll be the ideal gravel ride. I got these all lined up.
Do you really?
I think it'd be fun.
Prepared. Thank you.
Even Gordon Wadsworth was like...
We didn't even talk about that. I just saw that pop up on Instagram, and I was like, that is so badass.
I was just sitting doing my coffee. I was like...
That's awesome.
Let's do this.
The best ideas come in just like the oddest moments.
You're right.
So.
It's usually on the toilet.
I was waiting for you to say it. Okay. Our Facebook poll on our this or that from last week, from episode 54.
Oh, this caused a little not controversy.
I'm angry about this one.
So it was, on an adventure ride, have your cycling computer die or your phone die. I changed it because you had like Wahoo or whatever something die. So I changed it to cycling computer die or your phone die. 56% of people said cycling computer and 44% said phone. So more people wanted their were okay with their cycling computer dying than their phone. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
I don't have a cycling computer because I usually ride with somebody who has a cycling computer.
Joey is your cycling computer.
Correct. And he's also my professional photographer. And
yeah.
But now I ride with my phone because I have my aftershocks. So now because I can stream music, I listen to my phone.
What would your answer to that be? Well, since you don't ride with a computer, then dirt.
Yeah.
Who cares? Yeah, it's already dead.
Yeah, exactly.
So just don't let my phone die.
So Tom King and I always joke in the front of the ride because we're like we're always in the front on the flats, and he used to not have a computer, but now he has one. So I'm really glad.
Okay, so this or that's for this week. The first item up, and Jess, I'm going to ask you to go first. Ladies first, and then Joey, and then I will bring up the back.
Did you already announce the percentages?
Yes.
Yes,
Joey. Sorry, I've been announcing the winner.
Yeah, you've been over there.
All right, back once the
again. Okay.
Mr. Lumps keeps liking my picture.
Lovely lady Lumps. All right, put your phone down.
I'm dying. Okay.
Okay. First item on this or that. Number 1, free strong Wi-Fi wherever you go, or unlimited free coffee at any coffee shop you enter, which would include, I guess, Starbucks. So free coffee or free banging Wi-Fi all the time.
I gave up coffee. So I haven't had coffee for 3-4 months now. But I love my phone. I love social media. I love TikTok. I love Instagram. So strong Wi-Fi.
Score. Joey?
I'm going free coffee.
Yeah?
I'm slowly, I deleted Snapchat the other day, and I'm about to just delete the Facebook app off my phone, so I only have to use it on my computer.
Okay.
Yeah, I could do without half the stuff nowadays.
Okay.
And I love coffee.
I don't drink coffee at all.
So tea.
So...
Oh, if you put tea in there, though, I would change my answer.
Both of us just looked at each other.
I would have changed my answer.
Sorry, but it says coffee.
It says coffee. It says coffee. I wrote it as coffee. Didn't even think about changing it. I would go with the free strong Wi-Fi, but if you put tea in there, I would probably be in the same place. I would probably change my answer.
I love sweet tea.
To tea. Well, I don't drink sweet tea. I drink regular old, just unsweetened iced tea.
I drink my herbal tea.
It's a fantastic caffeine delivery mechanism. Hey, I got a Soda Stream, and it just dawned on me that you don't have to just put the syrup in there. You can put the Mio stuff.
Yeah.
Some of them have caffeine in them. And
can you put essential oils in there?
Number 2, obnoxiously loud trainer in a comfortable temperature bike room, or a quiet trainer in a freezing cold bike room. Jess?
So kind of difficult because I do my trainer rides in the morning, and the only person who would care if it was loud or not would be my dog and Joey. But I love the cold too. But I'm going to go with the quiet one.
Quiet?
Yeah.
Okay. Joey?
That's a tough one. So I might go cold because I know I should just work harder to warm up, right?
Yeah.
Is that am I allowed to do that in this one?
Yes.
Okay. I got put on these headphones. They cancel all their noise canceling.
And you ride when nobody's home.
Yeah.
Usually.
Or late at night.
Or late at night when a freight train could come through my house and I wouldn't hear.
Okay. So this is real world for me. Yeah. Because I just got rid of the kicker that was second gen that was like literally like a freight train for the
still
magnificent
Saris trainer
H3, which is mega quiet. It's like ridiculously quiet. But my bike room where our trainers are is in an unconditioned, unfinished space on the corner of the house. So like this morning, today, it was freezing in there. And I actually think I don't get quite as good for me, the trainer, I like to get that sweat on.
Yeah.
And that really kind of helps me. I don't know. It just feels like work. And so it takes half the ride just to get warmed up. And then you're kind of sweating, but it's still cold in the space. So it's kind of like awkward. And so I don't actually know, but I'm still going to go with the quiet trainer because it is so much nicer not to have that trainer go.
Do you ride with your toe covers on, though, on your trainer?
No. No. Why? Who would do that?
I do it.
Oh, okay.
I took those off.
Exactly. Okay. Because I just didn't know they were on, and then I was like, somebody took my toe warmers off.
Well,
and I was
your
like,
feet aren't going to overheat.
Huh. Well, that's just a thing. They were on the bike, and you just forgot about them. That's acceptable.
Yeah.
For like 2 months.
Okay, third item. Continually unraveling bar tape, or you are only allowed one design on your bar tape forever. So either your bar tape is continually unraveling, but you have the option to change it out and to have all these like cool, fun stuff on there, or you're one design and it never moves.
One design all the way.
Okay.
That would be stupid if you put
really
unraveling bar tape on there.
This is really for Joey.
It happens.
See,
I got a lot of crap for that.
I know that aesthetics are very important to you.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine you ever being
especially bar
tied
tape
to one design. And so this is specifically written for you, Joey.
Well, I would tape mine so it doesn't go into
No.
Can't change the question, hon.
Can't change the question. So you can have all the fun you want.
I'll take one design bar tape because I'm going to make it look good.
Okay.
I'm a good rapper.
Boop, boop, boop. Oh, really? Let's hear some.
Yo.
Oh my God. It took me like 10 seconds. I was like, how is he going to show you?
Yeah.
I got it. I totally got it.
I would go with the one design bar tape because that would drive me bananas to actually have an unraveling. And I would assume that I wrote the question, so I'm going to put it out there that you'll actually be able to determine what is your preferred bar tape beforehand.
That's
so you
what I
have the
figured.
perfect bar tape.
My bar tape matches my seat, which matches my shoes. Because Joey.
I was going to say. Okay, last item. Loose gravel or hard packed gravel? Interesting.
Loose. When we were riding through the loose one, I was like, "Oh yeah, Santora, this is your terrain. Oh yeah."
Oh, no, because you were connected to it. You felt it.
Yeah, I felt it.
This was this is stuff that would rip your sidewalls
Yeah.
open. And she's like, "Oh yeah, no, be careful. Like we are not slicing open our sidewalls back
Santora.
here."
And then I was like, I wonder if he has a new bike wheel for me.
A tube?
So that was the badass coming out in you.
Oh yeah, I liked it. My true colors were like out there and ready to go. I loved that.
Nice. Joey?
I really want hard packed gravel, but sometimes it's rough. Like it's hard on your body.
So I have found that like when I rode in Florida, my swamp adventure, in that one place that I had like some hard pack, it was hard packed, but it was almost like because it was hard packed, where it was deteriorating, it was like broken pavement.
Yeah.
So you're riding along, and all of a sudden it was like a pothole in a dirt road, and it was not like a dip or something you roll through. It was a jarring kind of.
There was big sections of that at North Carolina.
So this is a tough one for me. I would go with the hard packed because I think you can pick your way through that. But I see the appeal of something that's a little more uniform, even though it's loose.
I did like the looser stuff when we were riding the other day. Not the super chunky stuff she loved.
It was awesome.
Yeah, until you rip your sidewall open.
Yeah.
Also, redshift on the Crux.
Yeah.
That is going to be a game changer.
Do you have the redshift on the Crux?
No, I need to get one.
Yeah, you absolutely need to get.
I want the
on
seat
there.
post too.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen
Looks
that.
cool.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. Remember when you guys were talking about how many more episodes it will take for Joey to get another bike?
Oh, but I'm not getting. Oh,
but he's not. Well, are you going to get rid of one?
No.
Okay.
Of
well,
course not.
See, no. You
See, I was swapping them out.
Yeah, he was swapping bikes. He would get the Diverge, and then the Diverge was gone, and it was back to the Sequoia, and I should have never gotten rid of the Sequoia. That was the game. Just adding a bike to the fold
Doesn't
and
count?
plus one. No, that doesn't count.
Okay.
That's just high five.
Yeah.
High five zone.
Especially a used bike from a friend.
Yeah, because you're helping him out.
Yeah.
Helping him out.
He's helping me out.
Sounds like that's the right bike for this. I'm excited that you got that. Are you going to start riding that now when you ride outside?
Yep.
Yeah. Get on that bike.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Sorry,
ouch.
I'm just saying that you should train in what you're going to ride on.
On the last episode, I
Yeah.
said February 1st.
I think you need to go ahead and get on it. I'm with Jess.
Thank you.
Get on that bike.
Well, I might do our metric on Sunday with it. I don't know.
Are we doing a metric on Sunday?
We are.
I'm trying to get Wes to go. I just want to see Wes just bonk like so hard.
Wes has no excuses if he lives in a house with
Yeah.
both of us.
Starting
then.
tomorrow,
Like, he
starting
has no excuses.
tomorrow night, Wes will be living in this house.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
It is because when my 4 o'clock trainer alarm goes off, he's the room right next door.
So I want to give. We got anything else?
No, that was a wonderful episode.
I want to give a little preview for what I think is going to line up for next week.
Oh yeah, this is a big one.
It's a big one
Because
we got contact.
We got approached.
Yeah, we got approached by the folks over at Training Peaks to have Hunter Allen
That's
as
awesome.
a guest on the podcast. So
Yeah, Hunter Allen wanted to talk to us, everybody.
yeah, he's doing some
Not vice
gravel.
versa?
He's doing some gravel stuff with I guess Celine.
Yes.
And
Oh,
doing some
God.
gravel camp stuff and talking about how power is going to transition into the world of gravel.
Power.
So excited. I'm very excited about that. I think it's going to be fantastic. So thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode of Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. This is a podcast that is listener supported by some incredible people on Patreon and PayPal. If you're our Patreon family member, thank you. If you've sent us love on PayPal, thank you.
Truth.
Our show can be found wherever you find your favorite podcasts. So please take a minute to like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is you want to do in your favorite social place. I don't care what it is. We're not on Twitter, though, are we?
Nor TikTok.
No.
Oh, well, how would we do that? How would we
Be
do
on TikTok? Then you guys just have to start dancing.
No.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
That's just the Chinese getting in your phone.
Oh,
Yeah, they just
Lord.
want all that facial recognition stuff. So whatever it is, if we're there, like, follow, subscribe in your favorite social place. Jess, how can folks get in contact with us?
So first off, guys, you can go to the website at graveltraveldirt.com. Also on Instagram, you can follow at MidAtlanticGTD. And our phone number is 410-231-3850.
Thank you for joining us tonight, Jess.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
Thank
Always
you.
a pleasure.
Thank
and
you.
I hope we're going to hear you a little more often on the podcast once Mr. West decides that Michigan is his new home.
I have gotten so much love from our people following us from Instagram and people who followed me. So thank you so much for that. It was really
It's awesome.
sweet.
It's awesome. And pretty soon, I guess you're going to put us on TikTok and
No.
all those other places. I would
I
dance.
hate TikTok.
I would dance on TikTok.
No.
I would.
Thank you, Brian.
Oh, try me. Try me. I'll dance on TikTok.
I'll start sending you some dances we need to learn.
There we go. Okay. So Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded live in the kitchen. That's it.
With
it's
Dinah.
just in the kitchen. It's just in the kitchen. You know why I want to do that? Because I want to be able to start telling people when they come on the podcast, welcome to the kitchen. So thanks for riding along with us, folks. And until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.